The 2021 season is presented by Best on Tour. Sign up for free at bestontour.net. I'm in a tiny cabin this week up at Thousand Islands, St. Lawrence River, Lake Ontario. Final stop of the Northern Opens. If you listen to BTL, you probably know that last month's stop on Oneida Lake did not go as planned.
Matt actually talked about it on the show. They want your play-by-play or description of his blow-up at Lake Oneida.
I gotta look at what I looked like all those years. Man, I can relate to it. And I will never criticize Matt or anyone because, dude, he's passionate. He's working hard. I know what he's trying to do. Dude, if you're not mad and you're frustrated and you're pissed off, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong, because if you're a competitor and you want to win and succeed and you want to accomplish your goal, you better get pissed off. You better be mad. For Matt, it's a way, let it out. What happened here? Learn something from it.
Lessons learned there going into this kind of final swing of 4 tournaments with a new attitude, and this has been a very interesting practice. I've actually been up here for like 10, 11 days just kind of decompressing, learning my way around the joint, found a bunch of good stuff, and then it all started to suck. So I have one spot on Thousand Islands, which is basically a massive river connected to a great lake. The bigger fish tend to be in the lake. I'm going 30 miles away from the lake into the river for consistency with the chance for a big one, and then might work our way back up. All right, we are here at the final Northern Open stop of the 2021 season, in like 21st, 22nd in the Northern Opens. Way out of the points to make it to the Elite Series through this division, but still in the points in the overall. I'm about 100 points out with 4 tournaments left. I've got an area I made 4 drifts in. I caught 4 fish over 4 pounds. So we're gonna give that a shot and see how it goes. It's just kind of the least dialed in for a tournament that I've been in probably 2 years, and probably the one I was looking forward to the most, so it's kind of funny how that works out in bass fishing. Mark is from New York City? New York City. And he is a doctor in New York City, and this is his first Open. What do you think so far?
It's exciting.
I guess I should have asked him if it's okay if you're on GoPro. You cool with me running a GoPro today?
Cool.
He's cool.
What's up, Andy?
Every other day. 107, 420 check-in. Damn, I've been trying to show you something all year.
Good kill switch before we out here.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go catch a bass. I really wasn't kidding when I said that my practice had gone from really good to really bad. I think the first 3 days I was there, I did 21 to 23 pounds pretty easily. And then as it got windy, I kind of got scared of the consistency in the lake. I know that's where it was eventually won, but I kind of migrated towards the river, ended up having some mechanical issues. Shift actuator went out again, slug an ear on a prop. But when I got to this spot, I had literally only drifted it a couple times, and I was putting all my eggs in that basket. The first bite of the morning, I make a cast and my line gets wrapped around my trolling motor while it's down there drifting. And as I'm getting that out, I tie a square knot with my braid through the tip of the guide. So I'm getting all that out, and then I feel a fish pick it up. So I don't have anything in the box. I know that I've got one on, and I'm trying to just stay calm and get the line off of the tip so I can fight this thing. Turned out to be a 3 1/4, 3 something. I think I ended up culling it at the end of the day, but it really got things off on the right foot, and I was like, hey, something went right. Did you see that cluster? That's a decent one to start with.
This was the first time that I'd really drifted in a river with significant current. The St. Lawrence has current anywhere from over 2 miles an hour to, you know, 1.5 miles. And you just kind of point your boat up into it and it just dink. And as long as you were in the right areas, those smallmouth would find it and just dunk and load up. So the thing that kind of made me nervous was relying on just randomly drifting over smallmouth to get bit.
That one will play. Good God. That is an absolute monster. That's a 5+. Awesome. Ain't in yet. It's just beginning. Absolute monster. I got an absolute monster on! I mean, if he comes off, he comes off. There's nothing you can do, you know what I mean? I need 5 like this and I'm in good shape. I don't care who you are. If you don't do this every day, this is insane. No. That's a big one. No. Barely hooked. I got him. That's a giant. All right. That's almost a 5. Let's collect our wits about us. And let's do that again. We're going almost 2 miles an hour down current. 1.7.
This was 100% sketchy. So I borrowed 2 Stellas from my buddy Jared Miller here in Oklahoma, and Stellas are about an $800 spinning reel. And he was like, "Do you want them up north?" And I was like, "Absolutely." So I borrowed them from him, thinking, oh, there's no way nothing will ever happen to him. Well, I catch, I think it was my 4th fish. I put it in the box and I had spot lock on, so the line was just hanging over. Gets caught in the prop on spot lock and rips my rod overboard. Miraculously, line did not break and I was able to get the reel back, but as soon as that happened, I was like, well, there's 800 bucks down the drain, but got it back. It was all good.
I got the Stella back though. You took your rod in? Oh hell yeah. And I don't know how it didn't frickin' break it because it was a frickin' Stella on it that I'm borrowing. You got him? 20. What? 20. Nice. I got one that's probably 5, 5.5, and then a 4. And that was the luckiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I looked up everyone on Facebook and you were the only one by your name that had a friend that had a fish, holding up a fish, and I was like, it says this guy's a doctor in New York City. I was like, okay, we'll roll with it. We're catching him. I knew it would be like this. As I said, it's like a bite an hour.
You having fun?
Yeah.
I'm sorry this is really boring.
I'm already happy with my one fish.
Really?
I didn't expect to catch anything. So.
Oh, dude, you'll
Not
catch.
because of you. It's just I'm very inexperienced.
No, you're good, man. You're doing it right. You'll catch them. I try to make sure everyone has a good time on the boat. Sometimes it's just like any other sport. Sometimes you just freak out. There's no other way to say it.
You got one. You got one.
You got a big one?
Nah. I don't think.
Dude, the biggest ones feel tiny. I'm just letting you know that, so just watch your drag. Dude, look at that tub! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! once I got a solid limit, I just kept catching 3.5 to 4 pounders, and kind of before I knew it, I was up over that 20-pound mark, and then hit the 21-pound mark, and that's when I knew I'd had a really solid day one. I figured I would be somewhere in the 20 to 30th place. Fish are really biting on the river when we were there, but it just was a really smooth afternoon. I think I made probably 4 or 5 culls later in the afternoon there.
I lifted and thought I was on a rock. I saw you.
He's pretty good. All right, we're roughly approaching 20 pounds. We're right at 20 pounds. Bass has done a great job. They have people at the weigh-in, at registration, throughout practice to help you fizz your fish, protect them. I'm looking for a 4+ pounder. That was right out of 4 right there. So I just called a 302. My next one is a 3.5 that I need to call, and it's 12:45. Let's look at a different clock to make sure what time it is. It's 12:45. Can't be little. Is it? Yeah. Good God. That's a good one. All right, day 2 of the Bassmaster Open on Thousand Islands. Had 21 pounds even yesterday, 32nd place, which is where I always am, like 30 to 60 after day 1. It is ripping today, out of a different direction, not east or west, so that would have to make it. What direction is it flowing out of? Northwest today. So we're gonna run back down and try to do the same thing, but it's gonna be a bumpy ride today. But 5 decent bites, and I think that gets a check and keeps me up there in the points. So going into day 2, my game plan was exactly the same. I didn't think I'd really beat that stretch of river up. You can kind of drift a different path every time. I thought it would be another 21 pounds, kind of low stress, get a check under my belt and just start stacking points. And the first 2 fish I caught were both like 2.5 pounders, and they were like 45 minutes apart. And my co-angler caught, I think, a 5 pounder, and he was culling within the first like 2.5, 3 hours, and I only had 2. And I knew that something was just a little bit different, but I wasn't even close to panicking. I just figured it would happen. Little bitty baby. Oh well, I'll take him. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, he's chunky. Barely hooked. I'll start with him. Take him. Good one? That's a real good one, isn't it? Yeah, that's a monster, dude. That's a 5 pounder. That's a 5 all day. Ooh. It's close. Little bitty guy, but he should have come off and didn't, so we'll add him. So I had like an hour and a half to fish, and remember, for a day and a half I've only made a drift in about a mile section of the river, and I panic and I say I've only got 3 for about 8 pounds, and I decide to run, and I get halfway back to takeoff. So I drove 10 or 15 miles, and I thought to myself, what the heck am I doing? I turned the boat around, and you'll see here at the end where the camera's all covered up, and I went right back to the same spot. Jeffries and I have this kind of joke on BTL. He loves a Carolina rig. I can't catch him on it. My co-angler had a Carolina rig tied on the entire day. I did not realize it. So when we got back to that spot with an hour left, I said, dude, if you're not going to throw it, cut that thing off. It's bad luck. I didn't really believe it was bad luck, but some magical things happened after he cut it off, so maybe it is.
You seriously have a Carolina rig tied on?
Yeah, I was gonna throw
I mean, if your heart's not set on throwing it, cut it off. That's seriously what's been wrong. I had no idea. Me and the Carolina rig do not get along. We need some freaking mojo. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's what's been wrong.
Alright, here we go.
Watch, we're gonna freaking catch like big ones on this trip.
Cut it off right now. Get one? Yeah.
I need him in the worst way, don't I?
You good? You want me to help?
Yeah, just grab him. I put it down there and it went don't.
Okay. Maybe they're fucking turning on too.
It's a 3 plus, isn't it?
It looked like it was for sure.
Give up!
Yeah. Just let her wear herself out.
Thank you. Needed that one.
There you go, sir.
It's a freaking baby.
What's that? That's what's on this rod. I caught that last one.
You got the freaking mojo today.
So I catch that about a 3.5, and I power idle back up, and I make another drop, and I think it might even be the very next drop, and that's when the biggest smallmouth I've ever seen in my life bit it. And I really didn't know what I had. The wind was really bad here, so you couldn't really hear the audio, but my co-angler fishes up there a little bit, and I was like, what else lives in this river? And he was like, nothing, dude, that's a bass. And that's when, you know, I had 4 fish in the boat at the time, and I knew it was my limit fish. If I landed that, it kind of changed the entire outlook of the day. So combined with what happened at Oneida and having missed a check by 5 ounces in the 2 previous events before that, there was a lot on the line. I mean, this fish here gave me 60 Angler of the Year points. My personal best smallmouth, gave me a check and kept me in it for the entire season. So not like thrilled with how I responded celebration wise, but dude, that was just the raw emotion coming out, and I guess I'll throw it in there.
Grab him, grab him, grab.
Yeah, baby!
5 pounder, bro.
Yeah, baby!
That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah! Boom!
There you go.
Oh my God, I needed that so bad! Bam! Oh! Yes!
Bring your scale. Last cast of the day, not on GoPro, 469 with a 6 something, 3 others. Well, it is Saturday morning, cleaning up the cabin here in Clayton, New York. I was here for 14 days. 14 days I was here. Yesterday got a little bit crazy. 20 pounds, 4 ounces yesterday. A little bit stressful. Had about 3 fish for 8 pounds with half an hour left and managed to catch a 6.6, a 4 3/4, and a 3.5 in the last half hour to really saved my season. Moved up to 11th in the Angler of the Year points race for the Opens, but I cut that deficit in half. The plan is I'm getting everything packed up. Porch was a mess. Got the boat, got to hook it up. Then I'm flying out from Charlotte tomorrow, leaving the boat in Charlotte, and then home for 5 days to do BTL for a week, and then come back for the next Bassmaster Open on Lake Norman. Keep making up ground in the points. So this place is special. This place is so special. It's amazing. I had some really bad days. I had some really, really good days. I set my personal best smallmouth 3 times. And I was here for 14 days, and I caught my personal best smallmouth, that 6.6, in the last 10 minutes of the last day to cash a check, finally cash a check this year and stay in the points race. So I'm going to finish, it looks like, in the top 20 in the Bassmaster Northern Opens. Not enough to qualify for the Elite Series through the Northerns, but solid effort this year through the Northern Opens. And man, I love it up here.
The 2021 season is presented by Best on Tour. Sign up for free at bestontour.net.